Well, Project Papa. It's been a while since I did a Project Papa, and there's a pretty good reason for that. I've been kind of busy. Project Papa experienced a slight amount of mission creep. What started off as me, and I don't even remember why, I came out to the barn one day and I drug this old bench out. It's 30 years old, and I put the bar on it and I pushed weight. And I was upset with myself because I felt that it was inadequate. 185 pounds 3 times. That was in the middle of July. I don't know the exact date. It could have been the 18th. It was no earlier than the 15th of July. And after that, we did that little Project Papa video. And soon after that video ended, I think it ended in the middle of August, I was doing bench press. My bench press was going up fast. And I thought, I wonder what the bench press record is. Well, wondering what the bench press record is leads to, where do you do bench press? And, you know, it's not weightlifting. Weightlifting is snatch and clean and jerk. It's powerlifting. So I start researching and looking at powerlifting federations, and I see all the rules, and there's drug tested and there's not drug tested, and there's raw and there's multiply, and I'm like, what the heck is multiply? And I have no idea. But I do know that these are the groups that maintain records for bench press, and that was what my goal was. So I start looking at it, and I see all the divisions: classic raw, push-pull, and I don't know what any of it is. So I research it for a couple days, and what I discover is that powerlifting is broken into different groups by how much equipment you're going to be using and by what lifts you're going to be doing. And it's also broken down by age and weight. And the different records are kept for each age, weight, and division. Well, my age and weight are pretty defined. It's 50 to 54. That makes me a master's, 50 to 54. And my weight at the time, I was under 240 pounds. I only weighed about 238. Project Papa was about losing weight, and I had already started losing weight. I'd lost down from 252, and I'd lost down to somewhere in the 138, 139 range. So I go and I'm looking for a federation, because there are several, that I can do powerlifting in. And at this point, I'm still thinking that I just want to do bench press. But as I look into it, I was like, well, this all power stuff looks pretty cool. But I'm already in trouble with the wife because I'm working out on this 30-year-old bench and with 30-year-old weights. And she wants me to get something different. So I've already started looking at power racks. And on 8/26, the people at Titan said that they were going to be receiving in their T3 racks on 9/9, and they'd be shipped. I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And I'd already looked at the federations, and I decided that I liked the USPA because they were extremely flexible. They had a fantastic online presence. That was the single biggest selling. And the biggest another big reason was they were very active in Georgia. And there were lots of meets lined up, and they were easy to find. So in the end, choosing USPA was easy. But then I saw the rack, and I was like, dang, I need to order that. So I went ahead and ordered the rack. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do the rack, I'm going to have the ability to do squats. Why not just go all power and do deadlifts and squats and bench press? And so I said, all right, we'll do it. So I signed up for my first meet. I debated whether or not to do it. Now, this is all happening on the same day. I ordered the rack and I signed up for the first meet maybe 8 hours apart. But in that 8 hours is where I was deciding what I was going to do. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. But if I'm going to do it, I need to get it done. There was a meet in December and there was a meet in October. And the meet in October was the state championship. I was like, who wants to skip the state championship? I mean, that sounds like a big meet. Why would I want to not do that? Because I'm stupid. That's why. But that's a story for later on. Regardless, I went ahead and signed up for the state meet, and it was going to occur on October 17th, and it was August 26th. I didn't have a power rack. All I've got is that rack right there. It's 30 years old with, well, actually it's 33 years old with old weights on it, which doesn't matter, but I thought, okay, I bought the rack, I've signed up for the event, it's time to start training. And so I knew that I needed volume and I knew that I needed strength, but I didn't have enough time to actually develop volume, and I didn't have enough time to actually develop the strength either. I had 6 weeks. If I was going to rest a week before the actual event, I had 6 weeks that I could get ready to go from 0 to where I wanted to be. And that was to actually take the state records at my weight class in Raw at the state meet. And the first half of that was, I called it high volume, but what it really was me just trying to get my body to remember what it was like to lift weights seriously. I'd already done that little bit of bench press with a little bit of incline press. And I thought, okay, what I'll do is I'll do bench first, deadlift seconds, and I'll do squats third, and hopefully I won't have missed too many days before the squat rack arrives, and everything will be fine. So that's what I did. It was on a Wednesday, I think, and Thursday I had wrestling practice, so I went to that with the kids. Friday, my son and I came out here and we did bench press. And after that, I started ticking off the schedule. Now, that Sunday, it was before I was supposed to do deadlift practice, but we took the bar outside in the dirt and I did deadlifts, or I wanted to see how much can I pick up. I got 308 pretty easy. That wasn't horrible. Then we put 350 on the bar, and I couldn't budge it. I could not even move 350 pounds. And even the 308, I was barely able to hang on to it. I had no grip strength. So I had to add something to add grip strength to my program. I started doing, I called them fat man hangs. That's where a fat man walks out in the field a quarter of a mile that direction. And that's where I put the pull-up bar. That was so that you actually had to walk to it. So it was an event, not just, oh, let's go do some pull-ups. Anyway, so I added that to my regimen. And for the first 3 weeks, bam, 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 5x5s, 3 days a week, one exercise, because I'm not young. I can't do huge volume, especially on completely untrained muscle. And the first 3 weeks went pretty good. And then I went into the strength part of the program, the last 3 weeks. And things didn't go so well. But we'll talk about that in the next video.